Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you what if Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him, part 7. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new series that I posted on this channel. What if Naruto returned different after his training trip? And I also posted a new episode of What If Naruto was taken by Orochimaru over an Anime King 2, so go ahead and enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on Anime King and Anime King 2, click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, the last time we left off, Naruto was to demonstrate his new bloodlines as Hayashi and the clan heads and Saratobi was there. As Naruto demonstrated his bloodlines, which was 3 of them, Naruto was able to cancel out any chakra by destroying it as Hayashi uses rotation, but Naruto destroyed a section of the rotation and he could step right in. The next one was creation, where Naruto could create anything out of chakra, as everyone was surprised at this astonishing ability. And the next one freaked them out a bit, where he could drink the blood of anyone, the bloodline, and get their bloodline. And Naruto told him that he had the blood of Itachi, seeing that Naruto and Itachi used to spar back then a long time ago, and Naruto had his blood in a sealed vial. As Saratobi allowed Naruto to drink it, and Naruto did, as Naruto awakened the Sharingan and even went as far as the Mangekyou already, as Naruto was able to use the Amaterasu. Because of the Kyuubi and the vampirism, Naruto wouldn't suffer from any of the eye damage. And the next ability was like the gates that guy opened, but it was a lot different in many ways. Naruto could enhance his physical speed, everything, strength, traits, as long as he had his ability active. So Naruto's new clan is going to be called the Fuhen clan, and seeing that it's him alone, he will be allowed to marry many wives so he can produce members for his clan. Saratobi also gave him the compound of the 4th Hokage. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode. The group was still gathered. If I may, Hokage, said Kakashi as he stepped forward. I suggest that we keep Naruto's Sharingan and especially the Mangekyou Sharingan hidden from the rest of the population. Sasuke at the very least should be in the dark about it. Why? It would be good for morale to have 2 users of a famous bloodline rather than 1. Not to mention that Sasuke have yet to achieve the first stage of the Sharingan, Tatsumi said. That's exactly the point. Not only I have such a power, but in an advanced state. Imagine Sasuke's reaction to that. As for most of the population, they will either say that I stole Sasuke's Sharingan or associated with the fox to gain those powers. So either situation is not looking good at the moment, Naruto explained. Yes, you have a point, Kakashi, said Saratobi as he rubbed his chin. This is what we're going to do. Next time you unlock a bloodline or ability you have sealed, say that the Sharingan was one of them, he said as everyone there nodded in agreement as they start to leave. As Naruto told Saratobi that more people are going to be released from the crystal soon for him to get other abilities. Soon, only Anko, Kurenai, Kakashi, Ibiki and Saratobi and Naruto was left. Kid, the way you play Hayashi, it was beautiful, Anko said, wiping away imaginary tear. Ever consider to enter the interrogation department? You seem to have a talent with mental torture, Ibiki said. Yeah, the thought did cross my mind, but I think I'll keep aiming for Hokage though, Naruto said. Still, you took me by surprise with Itachi blood. You didn't even mention it before, Saratobi said. Yeah, I wanted to keep it a secret until I could tell Kakashi about it as well. I wanted to know if you consider it an insult to the memory of your teammate. Naruto said, looking at Kakashi. I don't mind, Naruto, said Kakashi with a eye smile. In fact, Obito would have found the whole thing amusing. Think about it, the bloodline that can steal jutsu gets stolen by a bloodline that can steal other bloodline. Kakashi said, making the others chuckle at the irony. Sarutobi then dismissed the rest of them, as him and Naruto went off. So, are you ready to see your home, Naruto? Sarutobi asked. You bet, said Naruto. Very well, but you will need to stop by my office. It has instructions how to get into the estate, Sarutobi said. You mean that was in the box? The one was in the safe? Naruto asked. Yes, among other things. The box is blood sealed. But Minato told me the contents that were inside. As the two arrived to the Hokage's tower, as Sarutobi took down Minato's picture and opened the seal and gave Naruto the box. When Naruto opened it, inside was a couple scrolls, 2 small books, a bundle of keys. On one of the books was written Minato Namikaze and the other was Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. As Naruto opened one of them, his eyes watered. In his hand was his father's diary. As he looked at the pages of the first date on the diary, he noticed it began when the two started date. But at the end of Minato's diary, there was a blood seal, a very complex one that will take a lot of chakra, as Naruto wondered what was inside. So with that, the two headed towards the Namikaze compound. When they arrived to the gate, they saw a crest, as Naruto had to cut his thumb and place it on it with a little bit of blood. As Naruto then felt his chakra start to be sucked out of him. Naruto tried to pull his hand away, but he couldn't. But it finally released him. When he took his hand off, the Namikaze plate was gone. As there was a new one that arrived. It was a giant circle with 6 stars inside of it. I think I found my new clan crest, old man, Naruto said. Yes, I believe you have, Sarutobi said. Just one question though, Naruto said as he looked at the gate. How do I open this? You just need to tap the plate twice, said Sarutobi, as Naruto did it, as the plate then sunk in. As the plate vanished, revealing a hole as Naruto could see inside of the compound, the plate then started to grow until it grew wide till someone could walk inside. As it opened up, revealing the compound. Cool, said Naruto. I believe you can handle things from here, said Sarutobi. Maybe you'll give me a tour after you clean up the place, he said. Yeah, sure, said Naruto, as Sarutobi went back to the office as Naruto stepped inside, as the gate closed behind him. As Naruto's eyes went wide, damn, he said, as the grass was tall. I mean really tall, about his height. There was a stone path that he could barely see because the grass was taken over that led to the main house. It also separated, leading towards some branch house. As he reached the main house, Naruto looked behind him at the wilderness. No wonder why the old man left. As Naruto then got to work as he summoned a ton of clones. As Naruto went around the backyard, as the place was huge, Hayashi said that it was twice the Hyuga compound, and Naruto had to say, damn. There was a lot of trees and also a giant pool in the backyard. And there was also a training ground, and he could see the battle marks and sparring that took place here. Naruto then went to the main house, as it was the only house that couldn't be opened. The rest of them were opened fine as the clones checked them, as they weren't so dusty inside, seeing that they were sealed up. As Naruto then tapped the seal, but as he do so, his hand was stuck down on the crest as chakra started to pour out of him. But it over quickly as the house was enveloped in a green glow for a second, and then it vanished. It was like the glow was shattered to pieces of glass, as like the seal was broken over the house. It had some advanced seal over it, Naruto thought. Neji then spoke to Naruto. Naruto, I don't think you would need to clean this house. Why? Naruto asked. Well, my guess is that the house was like the day it was sealed, said Neji. Well, there's only one way to find out, said Naruto as he pushed the door open, as inside was indeed spotless. As Naruto went around to inspect the 3-story house from top to the bottom and the huge basement, the first level was a large jutsu library in the basement. The second level was a weapon storage and weapon forge area. The third floor was a dungeon area with a dozen of holding cells, as they were in good condition, almost brand new. Either they were never used or rarely used. Naruto then went back up as there was at least 20 bedrooms, as the main bedroom was very large, as he saw a lot of photo of his mother and father. The last photo was taken when Kushina was pregnant, as it brought a tear and a smile to Naruto's face. Naruto spent the rest of the day using his clone to speed up the yard work. He also sent a few clones back in his apartment to pack up his things in scroll and bring it here. He decided to stay in the master bedroom and allow some clones to pack up his parent things and seal them away safely. As Naruto then put his stuffs away, as he was done for the night, as he was very happy how the future of the Fuin clan looked. The next morning Naruto awake, as he felt more relaxed than ever. He was in his parents' house, away from all of those annoying villagers. As Naruto got up and made himself some breakfast, as he enjoyed it, he had to go to a council meeting at 10 o'clock, so after a while he headed out. When he arrived, he was told by the Anfu he was 5 minutes early and he should wait till the Hokage arrived. When Sarutobi finally arrived, they entered the chamber. As it was chaos, most of the council members from the civilian side was yelling at the ninja side, and the main voice was from Haruno. As Naruto quickly realized she was just like Sakura, a fangirl of the Uchiha. I demand that all of the monster assets are given to the Uchiha. Silent, said Sarutobi as he entered the room. The two then walked to the center of the room as Sarutobi had a seat. Now, I believe you're all aware why you're here, said Sarutobi as Naruto stood beside him. Yes, we were informed that he now owns Namikaze compound, Haruno said, glaring at Naruto. Do you know why? Sarutobi asked. No, the clan heads refused to tell us until you arrive, a merchant said. Then, I have the honor to announce that as yesterday evening, Naruto is the head of the new Fuhen clan, said Sarutobi. After a few seconds of shock, the civilians burst into complaints. Silence, Sarutobi demanded. I haven't even tell you guys why he has a new clan. It was discovered that at this point, Naruto had 3 bloodlines and several powerful abilities that only he knows that make him fit to become the new head of his clan. Also, he's now a part of the CRA. And what are those abilities? One of the civilian council asked. A demonstration was held yesterday evening and all of the clan heads were present, Sarutobi said. All of them? Said Haruno, as she raised her eyebrow at Hayashi. Yes, I was there as well, Hayashi confirmed. Oh yes, Hayashi was in fact there. I mean he volunteered to be the first to test one of my bloodlines, Naruto said. What kind of test are you talking about? Another civilian member asked. He tried to shut my chakra points, but it didn't work, said Naruto. We want more details about your abilities, one of the civilian members said. No, like all clans, he will pass on information to those who he desire, said Sarutobi. But what if he attacked my little girl? She need to know what to defend herself against, said Haruno. Why would I do that, said Naruto. And by the way, your little girl is a genin of Konoha. She should be strong enough to protect herself. And I'm not going to tell you anything, he said. And by the way, if any of you, he then looked at the civilian council, dare to take a step on my property without my permission, you will be killed, said Naruto. Did you hear that, Hokage? He threatened to kill us, said Haruno. Good, said Sarutobi. Shocking the civilian council. It is his property. And if you're not allowed to go there, then suffer the consequences, said Sarutobi. But what if someone accidentally lands on his property, said another civilian council. Well, I guess it would depend on the mood I am in, said Naruto. Anyway, I will give you a small rundown on Naruto's new bloodline, said Sarutobi. He has the ability to copy bloodline, destroy chakra, and create solid objects from chakra. He can steal bloodline? Said a member. What if he decides to attack us and steal all the bloodline from the village? It doesn't work like that, said Naruto. It's just copying, like the Sharingan, he said. Is there a limit to the number of bloodline you can gain like this? Omura asked. It depends on how the bloodline affect the body, said Naruto. So if I was to take a dozen dojutsu, it would be hard to activate them perfectly, other than having two and being able to switch easily. And with that, they talk about a few more things that weren't really important, and Sarutobi dismissed the meeting. As both Naruto and Sarutobi came into his office as they sit down in the sofa. Whoa, I thought I would lose my hearing from that, said Sarutobi, talking about Haruno. You might just lose your hearing in the next one. You didn't tell them that I'm going to be a part of a council, said Naruto. Oh well, it's their fault, they don't know the laws, said Sarutobi. Yeah, it looks like they seem to forget that this is a ninja village, ruled by the Hokage and not a civilian council, said Naruto. Yeah, you should remind the Hokage of that as well. I hear he's kind of senile, said Sarutobi in a joke. Perverted too, said Naruto, as the both of them burst out in laughter. There was then a knock at the door. Enter, said Sarutobi. As the door opened, Team 7 entered. Good day, Hokage, Sasuke greeted, as he walked in like he owned the place. Hokage, my team is here to make a request, Kakashi said after giving Naruto a nod of acknowledgement. What kind of request? Sarutobi asked. We want higher rank mission. D ranks are not worth our time, Sasuke said arrogantly. Yeah, Sasuke could do a A rank with a hand behind his back, Sakura said. Yeah, I can take anyone down, Kiba said. Do any of you three have any idea how missions are given to genin teams? Naruto asked. Yeah, unlike a loser like you, we do, said Sasuke. The better we are, the better missions we get. Yeah, Sasuke knew everything. Don't talk to him, you idiot, said Sakura. Enough, said Sarutobi. Naruto is now the head of the Fuhen clan. You have no right to speak to him that way. What's Fuhen? I never heard of it, said Kiba. That's because it was created yesterday, with Naruto, the clan head, seeing that he has 3 bloodlines, Sarutobi said. What? He has bloodlines? 3 of them? Sakura asked, shocked. Who cares about the dope? What about our mission? Sasuke asked, annoyed, as he was pissed off and boiling inside, knowing that Naruto had 3 bloodlines. Fine, I'll give you a C rank, said Sarutobi, as he called for the secretary to bring Tazuna in. This is Tazuna, said Sarutobi after a few minutes. As Tazuna entered the building, you are to guard him until he finishes his current project. It will take about a month, so prepare accordingly, said Sarutobi. Are you sure these brats can handle thugs? Tazuna looked at Team 7 in disbelief. Don't worry, sir, if they can't handle it, I will. I'm a Jonin after all, said Kakashi. If you say so, Tazuna said with a shrug. Yeah, and besides, if the Uchiha and the Inuzaka, Ego, don't scare the thugs off, you can always use Sakura's forehead as a shield, said Naruto. As the 3 older men chuckled, as the 3 kids fumed in anger. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind, said Tazuna as he left, followed by Team 7. So, old man, are you busy this morning? Naruto asked. Let me think for a second, said Sarutobi, as he then made 3 clones as they start the paperwork. No, my schedule is wide open. What do you got? He asked. I remember owing you a tour of my compound, and we could also have lunch afterwards. That sounds great, said Sarutobi. Time skip. A few hours later, they had just finished lunch, and Sarutobi felt one of his clones dispel as he got the information. What is it? Naruto asked. Team 7 need backup. They were attacked by 2 Chunin, the demon brothers. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling me this? Just to save my curiosity, Naruto asked, as Sarutobi left as Naruto followed behind him. Because you're the new backup. All the new genin teams are busy or not combat ready. So I just need to get you the new bingo book and you'll be ready. A few minutes later, Naruto was going through the bingo book as he was looking at the demon brothers' main associate, which was Zabuza, as he looked at all the details. Last known affair, Kiri. Last known rank, Jonin. A rank missing Nin. Weapon, Katana. Well, I'm off to go and save Team 7, said Naruto. Be careful, said Sarutobi. Trust me, everything's gonna be fine, said Naruto, as he headed off at top speed, as he enhanced his speed so he was moving like a blur through the trees. Meanwhile, Kakashi was having a bad day. It all started when his three dumbass students asked for a better mission, and now he's caught up in a lot of crap. As Kakashi thought that he's going to drown and die today, as he was currently trapped in a water prison, while the students were getting their ass handed to them by a water clone that Zabuza created. As Kakashi was watching, Sasuke arrogantly ordering Zabuza to release their sensei, while Sakura was doing the imitation of pure and utter uselessness, just not doing a single thing. And Kiba was on the ground after getting knocked down by the clone, as Kakashi wondered if he should just open his mouth and intake the water and just drown, so he couldn't see any of this more stupidity. As Kakashi saw something that caught his eye, as Zabuza turned as well. As Naruto arrived a distance away, as Zabuza immediately created some water clones as they surrounded Naruto. "Who are you and why are you here?" the clones asked as they pointed their sword at Naruto's neck. "Oh, hello there, sir," said Naruto. "I was on my way here, and I ran into a kind gentleman called himself Kafu. He mentioned where you guys was," said Naruto. But Naruto actually killed the man and took his head for the bounty, seeing that he found one of the missing nins on his way here. Naruto now had his head in a scroll. "So, can you let them go?" Naruto asked. "Sorry to disappoint, kid, but they're not going anywhere. So either get lost or get cut down," Zabuza said. As Naruto smirked, he then started chanting in his mind as all of the clones exploded into water. As Naruto dashed forward towards the real Zabuza with a sword in his hand, Zabuza brought up his sword as the both of their swords clashed, as Zabuza was still holding on to Kakashi in the water prison. "Not bad, Zabuza," said Naruto. Zabuza then cried out in pain as two kunai hit his arm, as he simply turned his head as he had to release the water clone, as he saw another Naruto behind him, as it turned into wind and vanished. As Zabuza looked at Naruto, "You're dead, kid," he said as he raised his sword as Naruto was chanting, but before Naruto could do anything, two needles hit Zabuza in the neck as he collapsed. "He's finally dead," a masked figure said as it appeared next to his body. It had on a Kiri mask of a hunter nin. Kakashi sighed in relief as he calmly water walked towards the shore, Naruto right behind him. "Thank you for your assistance," the figure said as he gave a bow to the two Konoha nins. "I've been hunting for him for a long time now." "Well," said Naruto, "he surely looked dead to the naked eye." As the hunter nin saw Naruto's eyes, they were still blue, but they were now slitted. The hunter nin quickly realized that as he grabbed Zabuza and Sunshin away, as Kakashi then fell as he overused his Sharingan, but Naruto caught him. As Naruto summoned some clones as they picked up Kakashi. "Thanks," said Kakashi. As Team 7 then arrived with Tazuna. "What are you doing here, dope?" Sasuke asked. "Yeah, we were doing fine without you. Didn't you see how Sasuke beat those guys?" Sakura said. Kakashi then called over Sasuke as Sasuke approached him, as Kakashi grabbed him by the collar. "I have had enough of your attitude. Now shut the hell up and listen carefully. At the moment, I am not fit to lead the group. Therefore, I am appointing Naruto. So you are to follow his order until I say otherwise. Do so, and you will regret it," said Kakashi. "Am I understood?" he said. "Yes," said Sasuke, as Kakashi released him. "Now, Naruto, they're all yours," said Kakashi, as he then passed out. "Good," said Naruto, with a sarcastic tone. "So, Tazuna, which way is your house and how far?" Naruto asked. As the group went off with Tazuna, 20 minutes later they arrived to the two-story house, as they were let in by his daughter. As they placed Kakashi in one of the rooms, as they gathered in the living room. "What happened? I don't know a lot about ninjas, but I'm damn sure they don't get that tired from just walking," Tsunami asked. "The group got attacked by two missing nin half the way here. The Demon Brothers. They were both Chunin, so backup was requested." I was available and got sent to help. When I caught up with the group, they were attacked and still under attack by a dangerous missing nin called Zabuza. Kakashi was immobilized while using Sharingan Eye and unable to cover it. I have to point out that the eye was given to him, so it doesn't act like it should as a normal Sharingan, and it used up a lot of his chakra, so that is why it's in that state, Naruto said. What about Zabuza? Tazunami asks. He got away with help from his associate, but he won't trouble us for a while, Naruto said as he got up. I'm going to try and treat Kakashi, he said. Why you? Sasuke asks. Do any of you have any healing skills? Naruto asks. Yeah, I thought so too, he said. As he entered the room, he saw Kakashi awake and alert. He's alive, said Kakashi. Yeah, said Naruto. But poison, it's in those kunais, and he won't be moving too much for the next 2 weeks at least. And also the sleeping jug on those Senbon needles that Mask Nin used to knock him out. So yeah, he will be out for a long while. I see, said Kakashi, staring at the ceiling. I will be out for a week. So I could only give pointers in the training for that time. I have a better option. I'll heal you, and you train the 3 idiots while I do my own training, Naruto suggested. You know medical ninjutsu? Kakashi asks. Just one, but it can heal just anything from flesh wounds, broken bones, and chakra exhaustion. The same thing you're suffering from right now, said Naruto. You're joking, right? If a single jutsu can do that, then Medic Nin wouldn't have to train for years, said Kakashi. I'm not joking. The reason you never heard of it is because I created it, said Naruto. And no, you can't learn it because you don't have a type of chakra, said Naruto. As Naruto extended his hand as it started to glow white, as he then placed it on Kakashi's forehead, as Kakashi's body was enveloped by a white glow. About 10 minutes later, Kakashi was almost at 100%. Wow, I feel incredible, said Kakashi. You're not done, said Naruto. I want to look at that Sharingan Eye. I heard how you got it. And it is eating too much chakra from you. You think you can make it work better? Kakashi asked, curious. Well, let me inspect it first and I'll see what I can do, Naruto offered, as Kakashi raised the headband. As Naruto closed his eyes, he then waited for a second as he opened them, as they were now black and white. Is that the vampire bloodline? Kakashi asked. Yeah, said Naruto. They made me see the state of chakra. A few minutes later, Naruto scowled. I see the problem, as Kakashi placed over the headband. Who made the transplant? Naruto asked. It was my former teammate, Ren, Kakashi replied. How old was she at the time? Naruto asked. 12, Kakashi responded. And she did it on the battlefield, said Naruto. Yes, and why are you asking these questions? Kakashi asked. She did the transplant perfect, but Kakashi, you overdid it on that first day. Am I right? Naruto asked. As Kakashi remembered, he really did overuse it that day. And when you did, one of the chakra coils snapped, so the others are sapping so much of your chakra to count for the other one that snapped, said Naruto. Can you fix it? Kakashi asked. I can do even better, said Naruto. I am going to repair the normal coil and I'm going to split it in different chakra coils all over, making a better use for your Sharingan, said Naruto. Well, don't let me delay you, Kakashi said. Alright, lay down, said Naruto as Kakashi did, as Naruto chanted a spell as he placed Kakashi to sleep. As Naruto then allowed his white energy to flow to Kakashi's eye as he started to repair it. It took about an hour, but Naruto was finally finished, and he just let Kakashi have some sleep as he went off, knowing that Kakashi will be awake tomorrow. When he got into the living room, he saw everyone getting ready for dinner, so he washed his hand and sat down. Is Kakashi okay? Tazuna asked. By morning, he will be better than ever, Naruto said, as he then turned to Team 7. I'll take the night watch, and yes, I am still in charge till Kakashi say otherwise, said Naruto. Fine, said Sasuke, as the other two nodded. The next morning, Naruto had summoned some clones to watch out for the night, as he went to take a nap, as he then awakened as he was resting on a tree branch. As he then saw Sasuke and Sakura tied to a post with several glowing roots around them. It seems that they were there for a short while, seeing that they were still struggling, as Naruto quickly wondered why these clones did not warn him about the enemy, so he dispelled two of them to get the information of what happened. Apparently, Sasuke was hiding from Sakura, as he fell into one of the clones' trap. So Sakura rushed to his rescue, as she got caught up as well, and since their arms were held apart, no escape jutsu. As Naruto jumped down off a tree branch as he headed towards the house, he then waved his hand and the both of them were free, as he saw Kakashi standing there. Was that a Mokiton jutsu? Kakashi asked. Something like that, Naruto said, since he did manipulate the wood even though it wasn't a jutsu. But that means you have the same bloodline as the first Hokage, Kakashi asked. No, I don't, he said, as he saw the confused look from Kakashi. Everyone who has water and earth can use Mokiton if they train hard enough to mix them in the right amount. The first Hokage had two actual bloodlines. One of them granted him perfect chakra control, which he used for Mokiton jutsu, and the other one gave him that calm chakra, which he could use to calm the Bijus. I see, that explains why Tsunade doesn't possess the Mokiton. She used that chakra control in medical ninjutsu, said Kakashi. Speaking of bloodlines, said Naruto, as he nodded towards Kakashi's eye. It feels better than ever, actually. I want to ask you when it is safe to try it out, asked Kakashi. Well, you should be able to use it now without any problem, said Naruto. But just don't overuse it, he said. Alright, said Kakashi. So, it's time for their training. But guys, I'm be in this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But I'm out for now. Peace.